Sean Angel takes out the pole here for the 9th race of the season here at the Canadian Tire Motorsport Park to kick off our Canadian Tour. We were originally going to be heading to the HLR circuit for this round, but negotiations with the track owners broke down and it was promptly dropped. And now here we are at Canadian Tire. Sean Angel is taking out the pole for his home race here. His whopping third pole of the season here. He's got a pole in a third of all the races so far. He's going to lead him down. Green flag's out. We're rocking at Canadian Tire. And Angel got a awful start. He's lost the lead to Cosmic Nova, he's Nova already breaking away, as now Angel contends with a hungry Connor Atwood and Ryder Smith behind him. Atwood runs it wide. Canadian Tire, very tight racetrack. They seem to be keeping it clean on the start. Nova already beginning to pull a gap. That was a fantastic start here from the two-time champion. As we head into the toughest part of the circuit, a major trouble spot, the Moss corner right here. As there's a free wide, Reese Black running away in the grass. This will be a major passing spot off the Moss corner and on the back straight. And Sean Angel, bad run. It seems they may have had a qualifying setup on that car, as he's already starting to slip back. Ryder Smith looking to make his charge up towards the front. And it looks like, Nova's put out a big gap. Smith still trying to get past Angel, and he does. So Sean Angel drops the third on the first lap. He's now looking underneath the 18. He wants to try to come back. Niko Poyakov right behind the free car. He's looking to make a move. He's gonna slot in behind for now. This is a difficult track to make a pass on, with the exception of that last corner. And I think we're starting to settle down. Cosmic Nova. Wow. He's looking extremely threatening. First lap, he's already 2 seconds ahead of the field. Absolutely phenomenal stuff from Atwood. And, Angel getting a good run off the Moss corner. He's going to try and get back past Smith. He wants to make progress back towards the front. That was an awful start from Angel. And, I think he's right on the bumper. I think there's a bump. He was right on the corner panels. Wow, and Smith, they were almost banging doors there. Smith not going to give up the spot. We're racing like it's the final lap. And here comes Atwood. Atwood now looking underneath. Already having some good battles here at the start of the race, as Connor Atwood now trying to make a move on the 14. He runs it wide over to curbing. Angel holds on. We had some trouble strike on the first lap. Here's Charles Sanford. He crashed on his qualifying run. He starts in the back, and now he's having another crash, and he gets dumped by Jason Perkle into the Moss corner. And Charles Sanford, none too happy with Jason Perkle there. Both those two try and make moves on the start, and you see there's a problem up ahead too. There's a lot of incidents on lap 2, and we're going to look at more of them. This is the problem for Ryan Acosta, as he was crawling down the back straight. Here's the second issue. We're going to be following Chris Argus-Smith here as we head into the Moss corner. And you'll see, these guys are really pushing and shoving, and Argus-Smith just loses the back end. He spins it in the grass, and DJ! Oh no, DJ, he clipped the tires! That could spell trouble for the 78, and I think it does. Look how slowly that car gets off. That is just a heartbreak. That team's been looking so promising. All weekend. A big story of this weekend was that Shell United Motorsports announced a technical partnership with Hamilton Autosports. They announced it here in the beginning of the Canadian Tour. There's another wreck. Dylan Young and Seth Cole. We've gotten word of another incident here. It's following the two Team Thunder cars, Ray Krager and David Valzak. Krager hooks the 74 off the S's, and they both crash at tire walls, and they're both out of the race from the top 10. And this is just a perfect image to describe Team Thunder's season. Matt Duncan might also have an issue. He's looking a bit slow. Like, Team Thunder has been tripping over each other and underperforming for the entirety of this first part of the season, with Matt Duncan's win being the only shining point, really. This team's under fire from Dodge Motorsports, which we know doesn't have quite as good equipment in the team standings. It's just been an absolute mess for these guys, and it's even worse for Valzak bringing down the 74 split car team, because that is his third DNF in 3 starts. Absolutely abysmal, and that's abysmal. That team absolutely needs to get their crap together, because this is embarrassing. You are heading back into the Moss corner. It looks like Conrad was going to run a little wide in Moss corner, and Polyakov jumps on the opportunity. He's going to move up to fourth. I think it's third, I believe. And he's got a great run off the corner. And he's got a great run off the corner. He's challenging Sean Angel now for third. And he's definitely got the power to do it. Polyakov, I think, might be going from like 6th to 3rd here in 1 lap. As he's going to the S's. And yes, he's up to 3rd. An absolute power move from Polyakov. Looking very strong at the moment. And Connor Atwood not looking strong. He's making a few mistakes. He's now getting challenged by Maxwell Chan for the 5th spot. But what I was talking about earlier there, what I was talking about earlier there though was as coming into the Canadian Tour, coming into like the Canadian Tire weekend here, Hamilton Auto Sports announced a partnership with Shell United Motors. They are using Tech Alliance. They are using some offhand Hamilton equipment, and they've been looking a lot better in testing. They've been looking a lot better in the practice sessions, and there's the fruits of their labors. Jeffrey Finguy just genuinely in the top 10 on pace right now, and he's actually challenging Reese Black for 8th. Finguy is definitely been making the most of the better equipment. And we know how talented he is. He won 2 races last year, both in the European Tour. He's a very, very fast road ringer. And now with better equipment in hand, he's taking advantage of it. Reese Black not going to give him an inch though. Don't forget, this is still a smaller team. But the new car is definitely helping them out a bunch. The new cars that Shell United's top flight talent can really take advantage of, and Finguy does move up to 8th. And Sean Angel's starting to fall back. He's now going to be looking behind him for Maxwell Chan. Polyakov, however, Polyakov's now closing in on the 18 of Ryder Smith. You really do not want to get Ryder Smith into clean air. If Polyakov can catch Smith when he's in clean air, that's a big deal. Well, that's something to be very worried about. But not as worried about Cosmic Nova, whose fastest lap is a full 2 tenths faster than Ryder Smith, and it's a tenth and a half faster than Ryder Smith, and almost 4 tenths faster than the rest of the field. Nova is mastering this track. He's just in cruise control right now. With that said, Ryder Smith just turned a sub 114 lap. He's kicked in the afterburners. This is the Ryder Smith we all know, and one that Nova will have to watch out for. Smith actually closed in on Nova last time by. He is flying right now. Jock Day Cook up to 9th in the Masterson. That's a shock. That is a shock right there. Don't worry, this is Day Cook's home race. There are a lot of Canadians in the field. In this here today. And Chan did not get a great run off the Moss corner. Atwood gonna try and get some spots back. Finguy already breaking away from the guys behind him. He's trying to close in on this battle now. Tyler Faber also lurking behind. Faber has a good race car right now. Slowly trying to catch up. But Nova, Smith, and Polyakov definitely seem to be the fastest guys on the racetrack right now. There's a new driver of the 68 this week. Local Canadian driver Marcus Griffin behind the wheel of the Blackstorm 68 car. Yeah, he's known for sports car racing in local sports car racing. He's running well right now. Oh wait, Smith gives him the shove, and they both go off. Marcus Griffin was running well, but Argus Smith just shoved him off the road. And Griffin is furious. He is furious with the 78. Here's the 76. Yeah, you do not want to hear his radio. Wow, you do not want to hear Griffin's radio right now. Oh, okay. Yeah, I cannot show what he's saying on air. Griffin was running in 21st in the Blackstorm, but he just got shoved off the track by Argus Smith, and yeah, he is fuming, to put it mildly. That is a tough break for him, though. Another young driver punching above their weight in an underfunded car. Speaking of punching above your weight, how about Gall Redlick? He's running in 26th right now. He's trying to hold on, kind of blocking lanes here for Ryan Acosta and Timur Elise. And oh, they're gonna split the 66. They're rubbing together. Oh my God! Look at this. Those two are still rubbing doors. Contact everywhere. Oh, DeLise almost in the grass. And I think DeLise gave him a bump there. I think he shoved him a little bit. Redlick is doing everything. He knows, I mean, we know how bad that 66 car is. He is doing everything in his power to hold on to whatever spot he can get. And it's certainly a spirited effort from the German. He is falling back a little bit now, but he is in the top 30. Sean Angel runs wide in the Moss corner. Maxwell Chan, that's helped him size up the 14. He is looking underneath. Connor Atwood sticking behind him. He's sticking behind the 51, waiting for an opportunity. And Maxwell Chan is beside him, hanging the S's. Gotta be a little careful here. This is a major trouble spot on the circuit, as you've probably seen. And it looks like Chan's gonna get the move done. He can't quite clear. And there he goes, he's clear. So Sean Angel is continuing to fall back. He's now down to 5th. That was definitely a qualifying setup on the car, because their race setup is having some serious handling issues with the race setup. It's not working out well for that 14 bunch. I know they were really looking to try and get a win today. That 14 team has been very, very strong qualifying, but they have yet to win a race this year. It's just not meant to. I don't think it's meant to be today, as they're just not looking that good. However, of course, there is still 24 laps to go. We're not even halfway. We're not even halfway yet, so there is still time for something to happen. For them to maybe try to find some pace. Well, we got word of another incident. Jason Perkle's turning spree continues. You'll see he's trying to get past 66, and 66 went up a little bit, but Perkle didn't back out, wasn't paying attention. Jason Perkle dumped the 66 into the tires, and that is going to be a heartbreak for Gall Redlick. He was doing everything he could to stay up there. Like, you can't, honestly, he's going to be over-pushing the car. You can't really fault his efforts. But Jason Perkle was there, and Gall Redlick gonna follow the race, and I think Jason Perkle will as well. Now, Jeffrey Finguy is beginning to close in on this lead group in the Battle for the lead. You can see he's a lot closer. He's a lot closer to the group now. He's a lot closer to Faber, and Faber's gonna run a little wide in the Moss corner, and Finguy is looking to take advantage of that. Great run off the corner for the 92. He's now trying to find an opening. I don't know if he's going to get one yet. but you can clearly see the Michigander. He's right there. He's lurking, waiting for an opportunity to strike, and he's got a good race car, and he's driving very well today. He's going to be one to watch out for, and Faber going to have to watch out for him now. Gonna have to look at his rear views for the Nintendo Toyota Camry. Yeah, the thing guy's right there. But meanwhile, Ryder Smith starting to fade a little bit. It seems he's got more of a short run car as Polyakov is beginning to close in. Polyakov, the Russian, just set the fastest lap of the race, so he's on the move. Of course, Niko Polyakov won in Arkansas the first round of the year. And he's been struggling to find consistency ever since. This looks set to be one of his better races. And he's looking bad fast right now. But Ryder Smith, always a very, very difficult driver to get past. We know how fast he is. He's already won a race this year, won at Vegas for the second year in a row in dominating fashion. So I've learned is that if Ryder Smith gets in the lead, you're basically screwed. That is how fast Ryder Smith is. And there's a car in the pits. That's Argus Smith. Smith having a lot of issues today. But Polyakov still looking fine. There's Madeline Adkins coming out of the pits. She's one of your PT Cup participants. And there's the 78 of DJ Curtis. So Kosik Nova going to be coming up behind some lap cars here shortly, as we are now on lap 10 of the race. Oh, the engine on the 59 just gave up. Zachary Fitzwater blows up in the BMW. I mean, BMW Team Deutschland, it's not the same team as CBM. They maybe have some similar staff, but it is a brand new car. We're still working at the kinks of that engine, and yeah, it just went kaput. So tough break for Fitzwater. He was running into points. Yeah, that's definitely unfortunate. It seems that will promote Alex Constantine to a points place. So that's good for him. Constantine, one of your PT Cup drivers as well. He's kind of been overshadowed by his teammate Abdel Jabri in his PT run. But hey, Constantine could be looking at a solid run today. Polyakov getting ever closer to the 18. I wonder if he might try to make a move. He could make a move if he's patient. If he's patient in the Moss corner and Smith makes a mistake, he could do it. Oh, but Polyakov just missed the entry. He's the one that makes a mistake. Awful run in the Moss corner, and now he's set to actually lose a spot to Maxwell Chan. So inconsistency continuing to hurt the 48. That is going to cost him big time. He basically just lost all the time he gained on the 18 and then some. He's actually going to probably lose a spot to the 51 now. And he does. Maxwell Chan, a much calmer driver than Polyakov, knows to take advantage of other people's mistakes. Yeah, he definitely learned a lot from his time back when when Wrecking Balls and Team Footer merged in Season 2. Yeah, Maxwell Chan got the work of legendary crew chief Al Miller, and he certainly picked up a few tricks from Miller still. Definitely very good at pouncing on, being calm, pouncing on other drivers' mistakes. However, Polyakov, not done with him yet. Polyakov's absolutely not done with him. And we have another lap car to deal with now, the 22 of William Brock. Yeah, Brock just came out the pit lane. Nova pulling up to a 4.5 second lead now, but I said this track's difficult to pass on. That includes a lap traffic. Just not a lot of room to go. And he's trying to make a move. Yeses! Oh, he's looking! I think they're making contact! They've hooked! They're both off! Kosik Nova! Off from the lead! And Brock has got dumped into the tires! But Nova, he's got some serious damage! And Ryder, yeah, he's crawling in the grass! and Smith just went by! Cosmic Nova! Serious problems from the lead!
You've got to be kidding me!
Oh, that is insane! Cosmic Nova! He was dominating this race! He was probably set to win! He was set to win dominantly, and he just tripped on the lap car! Like, that wasn't Brock's fault! You saw Nova was getting over-enthusiastic, but we'll go and take a look at a replay. Get a closer look there. Okay, here we are in slow motion. You see Nova looks on the inside of 22, is pushing, and then they hook. That was not on. I told you this track was hard to pass on. I'm not gonna pin that incident on Brock. I think Nova was being overly aggressive with the lap car. Honestly, Brock should be the one that's mad at Nova because, you see, he went into tire walls. Brock's out of the race. Like, he had to retire that car. Nova's still going. And more angry drivers is Brock. Yeah, Brock voices his displeasure over the radio. And that is just, that is a huge shock. Cosmic Nova, who is dominating this race, he absolutely just chokes the lead away. And we'll have to see if he's able to stay in this race. But yeah, that is just, man, that is just rough. Like I mentioned, this puts Ryder Smith in the lead of the race. Oh boy. I was literally talking about earlier in the program, you do not want Ryder Smith to take the lead. Of course, he's got a lap car to deal with now, the 7 of Madeline Adkins, but I've said this multiple times in the program, if Ryder Smith goes into the lead, a lot of times he is just gone. He is a very, very good leader. He knows he's very good at controlling races, and he's an absolute monster in fresh air. But we'll see what he does behind the 7. Kind of twitching it a little bit. He's losing a little bit of time to Maxwell Chan, but he saw what Nova did. He does not want to make the same mistake. And Nova is still on the racetrack. He's actually not even elected to pit. He is still on the track and struggling in a straight line. I mean, he's not doing bad in the corners at all, but I do feel that he is struggling in a straight line. And, oh, wait, nope, maybe Nova is going to pit. Yeah, he has elected to pit. Yeah, there he goes. And that will move Connor Atwood up into the 4th position. And, well, there you go. We missed it. We missed it just like that. Very fast, just like that. Ryder Smith cleanly by the 7. We're going to take a look at the replay. Well, I guess this is the day where Ryder Smith embarrasses Cosmic Nova. Smith's less experienced than Nova, but he's putting on a clinic of how to deal with lap cars. He was being very patient that whole time, and then just watch this. Catch up to the 7's back bumper. Takes a move into turn 1-2. Just like that, he's gotten past the 7. No issue. Very clean, no issues whatsoever. So Cosmic Nova just embarrassing himself. Showing how not to pass a lap car, and then Ryder Smith is the one that embarrasses him. He shows how to lap someone. So good on Smith there. Oh, Allie Nelson has an issue. Yeah, triple strikes for the Audi. The Audi driver there, Karma 96. Allie Nelson in trouble from 17th place. We think it might be a cut tire. I'm not sure. But yeah, she's losing speed, and that's a tough break for Nelson. Hard luck for Nelson. She's definitely had a lot of bad luck so far this year, and that's not going to help matters. That will be promoting Danny Everett up into the points. So, well, I think it tells you how much of a race of attrition this has been, because Danny Everett's an infamously bad driver on road courses, and he's now up into the points.
But hey, that's good for him. I do think Danny Everett's improved a lot as a driver this year.
And looks like he's gonna get some. He's just keeping it cool here on the road course, and he might get some. He definitely has a shot at some points. All he has to watch his rear view for Ryan Acosta and Timur Elise. A few people we haven't seen much of today. Here's Kyle Collins.
He is one of your hometown heroes, and he is running in 11th place.
Kyle Collins,
Not great in the qualifying sessions. He's been trying to work his way up. Just been running a very quiet race, and I mean, when you're trying to work on a championship,
trying to make good runs on a championship, being consistent is the key focus. And Collins, no one's been as consistent as Kyle Collins so far this year. He's yet to win, but he could be a realistic contender. And speaking of contenders, just behind him, also having a very quiet race, is Chris Louvier in 12th. And he seems to be doing all right. There's James Shelley in 14th. And then up here,
Fielder entered the top 10, another Canadian. And she's had some bad luck this year, but she'll be looking to get the TRU
into the top 10 here, get a good race. And, well, actually, Noah Pitt, so
actually, Kyle Collins has been promoted to 10th.
So he could be set for another top 10. I think Kyle Collins has finished in the top 10 in almost every race so far this season. He's had some absolute unparalleled consistency. He's doing very well.
Oh, look at this. Another car catching Atkins.
Wait, I want to take a look at this, because this is Kazukuma's teammate Maxwell Chan.
I'm going to laugh.
And, yeah,
Okay, yeah, Chan's got this one. You know what's more embarrassing than getting schooled on how to handle lap cars? Getting schooled on how to handle lap cars by your teammates.
And like I said,
Chan, he's learned a few tricks on driving calmly by Al Miller.
Ooh, but Atkins shoved him wide. Like, Atkins forced him wide there.
That's, wow, Atkins being a major nuisance. She's not had a very good PT Cup run so far, and that's not going to help matters.
She's fighting to be in the top 30. She's going to finish in the top 30, I'm pretty sure. Oh, look at the leaderboard. Apparently, Cinder Kamori had crashed. We missed it. But yes, Kamori fell out of the race. That's a driver who's been having an abysmal PT Cup run. We've seen a lot of good face from Kamori in the lower series, the Slim Jim series, in the Slim Jim series and the Junior series more recently.
And there's Chan getting by to 7 once again. So he passed her cleanly twice.
Could you embarrass your teammate anymore? But yeah.
Cinder Kamori, her limited runs in the IS have been nothing short of disastrous. Some of it's due to bad luck.
I don't know what happened to Kamori. We can take a look at a replay.
Now, this was back on lap 8. See Kamori racing a few cars here, Duncan and both of the Audis.
Now, I don't feel like we've been seeing much of Tristan Wilhoit. Let me see what happens here. And up, Kamori gets to the 16. Kamori took out the 16. And that right there, man, like I said, Kamori's PT Cup runs just have been absolutely disastrous. She and High Voltage on Sports have not been having the runs they've been wanting in their run, and also it's going to be tough right for Will White, who did win a race not too long ago in Willow Springs, his first career win. Yeah, unfortunate for both those people.
Sean Angel's still running in 5th. He's not been making much progress towards the front. I know it's Faber. Faber's pushed his way up to 4th. He's starting to look looking very fast right now.
Oh no! Oh no! The 14! Smoke! Pause on the 14! He just blew up, and Finguy, trying to get out of the way, just dumped it, and Finguy just dumped him. Angel's got blocking the road, and Argus Smith bumps into him as well. I mean, he was blowing up suddenly, and Finguy... Oh! Collins just got dumped! Collins just got dumped! Everything's going off now! I was saying, Finguy here, I mean, he blew up suddenly and he was in the middle of the road. Finguy was just trying to get him out of the way. So I can't really put much blame on him, but that is a heartbreak for Sean Angel. Bad luck, strikes again for the 14.
I mean, Angel was infamous for his bad luck in like the earlier seasons of his career, and it's never really well, he's definitely gotten a lot better. A lot of things have definitely improved for him. Oh, for sure. It's definitely he definitely still can't escape bad luck from time to time. And this season so far, the epitome of that, as it seems the universe just does not want him to win a race. So yeah, that's a tough break for him. Let's get a quick look at what happened to Collins here. See who dumped him. It was Louvier. Yeah, Louvier getting too aggressive behind the 29 and spun him around. And we have an up in Cosmic Nova, and he's very much out of contention right now. Nova is back on the racetrack. They've tried to fix some of that damage. He is now down to 23rd place. And that just puts into perspective how costly a small mistake when dealing with a lap car can have disastrous consequences. That's just racing. I mean, that's racing. Small mistakes can have massive consequences. I mean, Nova should be lucky he's even still in the race, considering what happened to Brock. Yeah, Kyle Collins, he's on pit road. They're trying to fix that damage. Yeah, Collins may have had a bit of a tire rub, I think. Oh, we are approaching scheduled pit stops, and as we are basically at the halfway point of the race, we are approaching scheduled stops. But yeah, Cosmic Nova. This isn't what he needed in his championship bid. But can't really blame anyone but himself for that incident. Although considering it's involving lap cars, I'm sure you'll find a way to blame Brock. Ryder Smith catching a bunch of lap cars here, a whole string of them. Alex Perkle, Kyle Collins, who's sitting back here after his pit stop. He's still in the points, mind you. And then here's the 16 of Marcus Griffin back on the racetrack. Yeah, like I had mentioned earlier, Marcus Griffin, sports car driver from Canada. Of course, Blackstrom's had a bunch of different drivers in the 68, and he was tapped to drive the car for this race, and he might be. I assume he'll be back for the next one. But he's certainly been pretty impressive. He's been impressive in like the Canadian stock car racing and the touring car racing, and before his incident, he was doing very well in this car as well. Oh, set 51 coming into the pits. I think that's scheduled. Oh, Poyakov almost dumps the 69. I see I've also caught the 69 of Binky Louvier. And Poyakov is having fits with him. He missed it, but yeah, Poyakov just failing to keep his cool behind a lap car, and he's lost a spot to Tyler Faber, which, okay, Binky just rubbed up against the 48. Yeah, Poyakov shakes his fist as he goes by. And guy in the clean air, he's trying to gain some spots. Chan seems to be the only taker this time by. Well, no, there's a few guys, but Chan's only one of the leaders that's in. Louvier was in the top 10 at the time of his pit stop, so this is set to be another good point day for the Louisianan. And there goes Nova. Nova just went by. He might be able to stay there. I think he might be able to make it the rest of the way. He's off cycle, but I think he might be able to make it the rest of the way. Don't quote me on that, though. We'll have to see. We'll have to see if we can do that. There's Chan all by himself. Oh, keep it cool, guys. Yeah, I think they're all going to come in together. They are. Atwood and Thin Guy are definitely going to try and jump these two in the pit lane. They want to try and jump these two in pit stops because if they don't, that's a lot of potential time loss there. Yeah, Poyakov's in now. Conrad went in now, and Jeffrey Thin Guy. Faber still out on the racetrack, as is Ryder Smith. Smith is just going to stretch it. He's just going to stretch it for as long as he can, it seems, and just control the race. Faber trying to find his way past Marcus Griffin. I think he should have pit, honestly. Because right now he's stuck behind the 68 of Griffin. Oh, and he gave the 68 a bump. He gave him a bump. Griffin obviously not in the greatest of moods after, I mean, he got dumped from a near point spot by Chris Argus-Smith. But I feel like he's blocking the 11 right now. That's not good behavior from Marcus Griffin.
But I also think I don't think Faber's really bothering to make a move. You see, he was just kind of sticking behind him. Don't do it! Don't do it! Okay, good. I thought Faber was thinking about dumping him. He was gonna stay behind and try to dump him. Now Faber takes my advice and comes down pit road. And meanwhile, Ryder Smith continues to stretch it. We got a big gaggle of cars here. Big gaggle of cars. And they're battle off the corner there. Theodore gets a bad run off the Moss corner, and here comes Louvier. Louvier trying to make some ground up. As he challenges the 15 for position. De Cook also challenging Finn Guy, but Finn Guy's gonna hold him off. That seems to be the case here. Louvier gonna be looking again into the S's. Getting a little close there. Oh, they hook! They hook! They're off in the S's! Louvier! Championship contender into the tires! I think I spoke too soon on him having a good points day because he just threw it up, because he just threw it away. I mean, that is a tough break for him, but he needed to be more careful, and that's even tough. I mean, that's just a heartbreak for Felix Theodore. That team doesn't get a lot of good runs, and what could have been a good run today has just drifted away. Entering the final third of this race, Ryder Smith only just made his pit stop here at the end of lap 22, and he comes off, and there is no one in sight. No one. He is gone. Unless that car blows up or he crashes, he is smooth sailing for Smith. Yeah, he is crawling around the corners. He's just taking it easy. Just easing into the fresh. He's got fresh tires. He's just easing back into a rhythm here. This is the Ryder. This, my friends, is the Ryder Smith we all know. He controls races. Once he gets in a lead, he is gone. And it's happening once again today. He is, while Angel may have fallen, Ryder Smith still looks to get Hamilton Autosports a win in their home country. And that's definitely going to be a major victory for those guys, if he can bring it home. Polyakov pretty openly in second. Faber up to third for what would be his best run of the year if he can hold on. That one in third. Kosik Nova. He's in fifth. He is off. You gotta remember he is off cycle, but he could make it the rest of the way. That car is not off the pace. That car is not off the pace. So he could hold on. Finn Guy up to sixth. Fantastic run for him in the new Shell United Motors. De Cook seventh in front of his home crowd. Reese Black eighth. Nick Perkins looking to get a top 10. Hasn't had too many of those lately. And Matt Duncan. He's kind of been hanging back for a lot of this race, but he's been keeping his car clean, picking up the pieces when others fall, and he now finds himself in a top 10 position. I may have spoken too soon about Maxwell Chan navigating lap cars calmly. He's been trying to make progress, and he just hooked the 78 of DJ Curtis off the track and into the tires, mercifully ending his day. Curtis was a lap down in 28th place. It's just been frustrating. Considering that team's got better equipment now, it's definitely been massively frustrating for DJ that he had his day went south because of a little hit on a little scrape on the tire barriers. Yeah, I'm just gonna hope things get better in the future. But yeah, that's going to mercifully put an end to his day. Kosik Nova is actually faster than the 92 of Jeffrey Finn Guy, so like I said, I think while it is affecting him a little bit, maybe, it's not affecting him enough to cause any substantial issues, so yes, he's perfectly capable of holding on in the top 5 here as long as he can make it the rest of the way on fuel or tires. Like, as long as he doesn't have to pit again, he could be set for a top 5 despite his incident. So this could be a good points day for the 27 despite their issues. And Matt Duncan catching a lap car of Binky Louvier. This could get dicey. We know the way she is. And Duncan trying to look, and I think she moved over a little bit. As Duncan trying to get by, but now James Shelley takes advantage. He's going to use the 69 as a pick. to get into the 10th place. And now Duncan is stuck on 69. She's not going to pick lanes. She's just blocking the 6. Matt Duncan not going to take too kindly to that. Yeah, Matt Duncan's pushing on the 69. Shoves her off the track and goes back on. Oh no, Duncan's going to hit the tires. Oh, you're kidding me. You guys, and just that insult to injury, Bouvier drives away from that. Oh, Chan almost hit her. And now, wait, does Constantine have a problem? I think Constantine's a problem, and Chan, they're hooked fenders. Constantine's a problem, he's gonna stop on the track! And Collins just hit him! Wow, this is chaos! Chaos here with almost 10 to go. Chaos strikes. I think Alex Perkle may have an issue. Does he? Okay, I don't know. He's running very, very wide. And no, I think Perkle might be okay, but that right there is Team Thunder sees a nutshell. Matt Duncan clearly still needs to get his emotions in check. He shoved the 69 off the track. But yeah, we're gonna get a replay of that. Okay, well, let's take a look at what happened here. You can see Matt Duncan is pushing on the 69, and it's here when he gets to the S's that he loses his cool. He's clearly frustrated, and he shoves into the 69 right here, pushes her off the racetrack, and then, I mean, not only this is Blackstorm, it's also Binky. She's not going to hold that car. She goes back up the racetrack, slams into the door of the 6, and they both go off. Duncan almost saves it, but doesn't. He's going to slam into the tires and out of the race. And that is all the Team Thunder cars out. And that right there, I feel like this race perfectly describes Team Thunder's season. These guys have just not been able to get their stuff together. They've not been able to get their crap together this year. They really need... I was like, these guys... Like, this team is a mess right now. Honestly, they are a hot mess right... If I'm being honest, there's Binky pulling up, almost taking out Maxwell Chan, and at that very moment, Alex Constantine has a problem. He loses power in the 47, and Chan, he doesn't know what's going on. All he knows is getting held up, and Timur DeLee's gonna take advantage of that. I don't know what happened to Chan, but he had must have had a terrible pit stop because he fell way behind and never gained the ground back. So that was a tough break for Chan. But yeah, he's stuck by the 47, and eventually Chan realizes what's going on, and he goes there. Constantine, he also realizes what's happened, what's behind him, and he moves over. So good sportsmanship from him, although he's still stuck in the middle of the racetrack. Although it's not really his fault. That is a tough break for Constantine, though, as he was set to score points here today. But yeah, like I was saying, Team Thunder right now is a hot mess. If I being perfectly honest, they need to get their crap together because even with that win, they're doing abysmally, and they need to get their crap together. Maybe they need to make some changes. I don't know, but they need to pull things together when Indy rolls around. Like Indy is gonna be a make it or break it situation for those guys. Or we're gonna be heading to 9 laps to go now. Nico Polyakov has actually been closing on the 18. And never mind, that time just went up on the time sheets. Polyakov's been fast. He's been closing in very quickly. He's been closing in a little bit, but I think Smith just shut him up. Because Ryder Smith just hit the fastest lap of the race with a 1:13.866. Like I said, he's controlling this race. Polyakov does seem to be very consistently. He seems to be consistently very fast. He's closing in a bit. But Smith just proved that if push comes to shove, like Smith's just taking it easy. If push comes to shove, he's got the pace to just break away again. So yeah, Ryder Smith in absolute control of this race. Polyakov will be doing everything he can to catch up. He wants his second win. He wants to get back on form. He needs to get back on form, and he's doing everything he can to do just that. But we will see. We will see if he can catch up in time. Real quick, we'll see if he closes in this time by.
timesheet. No, he did not. Ryder Smith has turned on the afterburners, and he's now breaking away. Now I say that Smith did make a couple mistakes on that last lap or two. But he's still holding his own. Oh, we got a word that there's a slow car on a racetrack, and there it is. That's a 62 of Timor Elise. And Shell United, I see their bad luck is still there, and they're still working on the engines. They've got new engines from Hamilton. They're still working them out, and they're still trying to get used to tuning these things, getting them set up. And this one just grenaded, and that is a man. This weekend really has not turned out as Shell United had hoped. As Jeffrey Finguy, now their only car left in the race. However, I'm sure, as long as he can keep it together, I'm sure he'll give them something to smile about. As, like I said, Finguy having an absolutely fantastic drive, 6th place. If one guy in front of him runs into trouble, he'd be looking at a top 5. But if he doesn't get that, this is still a phenomenal run for the 92 team, and one they absolutely needed. This would be I sincerely hope they can finish this, because this would be a serious morale booster for that team. Smith now coming to 4 to go. He's caught the lap car of Chris Sargis Smith now. The Smith and Smith show. And Polyakov is not done with him. He is seriously doing everything he can to catch up. I think he almost keyed a full second on the 18 that time. The Russian doing everything in his power to catch up. He really wants to win. Smith, he's going to need to make a move on the 76. Patience is good. Patience is a virtue, but you still have to make the move. Let's see here. I think he's going to be waiting for an opportunity in the Moss corner. Ooh, he actually twitched a little bit. Smith, I think he might be losing his cool a little bit. And the 48 is entering the picture here right at the end of the race. Tyler Faber also has been closing in significantly. Although unless something crazy happens, I don't think he'll have the time to catch up. But Ryder Smith is actually losing a ton of time right now to the 48 because he has not gotten past Argus Smith. Oh, if there's contact, he just bumped the 76. He's getting fed up. And Polyakov, just like that, is within a second of the 18. The 76 is causing huge problems for the 18. Smith yelling over the radio to get the 76 out of the way. He shoved him, and he shakes his fist at 76. 76 doesn't like that. He pushes him up the racetrack. That is inexcusable driving from the 76. Absolutely inexcusable. I don't even know what to say about that. Like that is just disgusting driving from Chris Argus Smith. I know he's had a frustrating day, but you do not take your anger out on the leader. That could potentially cost Smith the win. However, now Polyakov has to deal with him. Polyakov now has to deal with that 76 car. And Polyakov shoves him off the road. He does not give him the time of day. No respect, Faber scrapes him. But yet, Polyakov, he saw that. No patience for Argus Smith whatsoever. He just pushed him out of the way. And that's still going to cost him a second. 2 laps to go now. But Polyakov, Niko Polyakov, that tells you how serious he is about this. He wants to win this race bad. No patience for the 76, doing whatever it takes to win. He's just doing whatever it takes to win. No patience whatsoever. I mean, who can blame him? Because he's been catching Smith. But now that Ryder Smith has a clean track ahead of him, well, there is one more lap car, but I don't know. 24 of Charles Sanford, who is actually running the points despite not having a hood. I think that tells you a lot. And that's going to. Wow, that tells you a lot. I don't know if Sanford will be an issue. If he does catch him, Charles Sanford is a very respectful driver. With that said, however, that is his teammate in second. there could be a bit of tactics here going on, but we'll see what happens. At the foul corner, Ryder Smith is going to see the white flag. We have to see what happens. Smith only has to get around this. This has been absolutely treacherous and messy race. It's been a very treacherous around this track. It's been like dodging. It's been like going for a minefield for Ryder Smith. But despite all of his contenders, all his rivals falling out of the way, I do think he's going to pull this off. And it looks like Sanford will not be a factor. Yeah, I don't think Charles Sanford is going to be a factor here. Poyakov lost a bit of ground that time by Faber closing in. And, well, we're going to see now that 24 going to be pretty slow in a straight line. And he's got no hood on that thing. So we'll see if Smith catches him. I don't think so. It's something that has to happen right now, but I think Sanford will not be a factor. So Ryder Smith, absolutely dominant performance, and off the final corner, he controls Canadian Tire, and he's going to score his second win of the year here at the Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. And that's going to be a big, big win for him and that crew, and an 18 crew, as Hamilton Autosports scores a victory here in their home country. The Canadian fans are the Canadian IS fans going to be ecstatic of this result. Congratulations to Smith. He's definitely earned it. He kept his cool when the others fell, and he definitely earned this win. Nico Polyakov, great run from him. Not gonna get a win, but that's some much needed points for the 48 crew. But yeah, Polyakov a little frustrated over the radio. He definitely wanted this win. And then Tyler Faber rounds out the podium with his best finish of the year. And of course, an honorable mention to Jeffrey Finguy, who does hold on for a top 10 finish. Great job from him. As he's kind of going by the 27 and giving him some respect, And then finally, I have to make note of it. Louis Duran, continuing his incredible form, finishes in 10th. Like that 55 crew is on an incredible run of form right now.